Hello. Hello. Oh, I can hear myself. I can hear myself. Oh. Oh, I can hear myself. I can hear myself. Oh. Okay. 1 second. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep. 1 second. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep. I can hear myself again, but I can fix that. 1 second. I gotta grab something. Hello. Hello. Ah! I've been booed! Hey, Ray. 1 second. I'm just getting every... 1 second. There we go. How's it going? I have like 6 things. Oh, no, don't do that. I have like 6 things I'm doing. There we go. That's cool. Find anything useful? Find anything good? Why am I not seeing you? Weird. Okay, I guess we'll do this. Oh, there you are. Okay. Phew. Okay, good. You found absolutely nothing? Are you really doing that, or is that just a joke? Because honestly, I always thought that would be something fun to do. Are you really doing that, or is that just a joke? Because there it is. No, I know next stream. Okay, there we go. Yeah. You ever wonder, like, I've wondered this a lot in my life. Are like treasure maps real? Have they ever actually like found a treasure map? I looked it up once, and it's like apparently I'm just trying to. I haven't. So I have my new like laptop thing, my bobber. It's sort of a laptop. It's more of an iPad with a laptop. Oh, that's sick. Oh, okay, this works. This works. Huh. You can just find a good place to put it that isn't where all my glasses are. I'm just trying. You know what you should look up, Ray? Nope, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Put this here. We'll move this here. We'll move this here. And we'll move this over here. There. There we go. That kind of works. Kind of. Oh. There's a show you should look up called The Detectorists. The Detectionists. Sorry, I've got a couple of things I'm placing on my desk, and all of them are a little bit confusing. Oh, well, you gotta find that sucker. Okay, I think this works. Well, aren't there several missing Spanish treasure ships out there that you could theoretically find? Let's see. The Detectionists. That's actually really cool. Anyways, this is if you want to watch like a really good show, I suggest looking up The Detectionists. The Spanish couldn't even. You know, the Spanish. Famously, their ships sink. Which is about a couple of friends doing that exact thing. I don't want to play it too much because I could get in trouble. Wasn't like Endgame like 4 hours long or something? That always gets me with people. It's like, God, movies are so long nowadays. Like, fucking, like, The Force Awakens was longer than, like, the original Star Wars movie. Like, come on. I know, I hate when people go, like, oh, this movie's so long. Transformers movie length. Like, look at this. Age of Extinction. 2 hours and 45 minutes. For fucking Transformers. How long is Return of the King? Okay, Return of the King is pretty long. Still! Okay, it's about 4 hours, but still. How long is the original Star Wars? How long is A New Hope? A 121 minutes. 121 minutes. Yeah. Sorry, that just gets me. I'm always irritated by that because it's like movies have gotten quite a bit longer now, actually. Like standard, they're about like for blockbusters, like they're 2.5 hours now. That's actually much longer than they used to be. Historically, they were like 90 minutes a blockbuster. That's one I haven't seen yet. I always mean to see it. Is it good? I heard very good things. Yeah. Sorry, you've enacted my my like that always bugs me with like people is like it's like not you, your friend. It's like oh, movies are so long and it's like used to be so long and it's like dude, like movies have gotten way longer. We actually don't know how directors nowadays seem to have forgotten how to make a good efficient 90-minute movie. I point out that the original Star Wars is about 90 minutes. Is about an hour, I think an hour and 45. And it's like it told a full story that that every other Star Wars movie cannot accomplish in like 2-3 hours. Or 7. Anyways. Oh, good. It's getting generally favorable. That's good. I'm glad to see that. I've been kind of cheering for this movie, honestly. Even though I am like, there's a little part of me that's like, I can't believe a kid this young got to direct a movie. I can't believe it. I think he earns it. You know how old the director was, right? When he made it, right? Have you heard about that? He was 19. Ray, he was 19 years old when he got to direct the movie. And have it produced by A24. I mean, fucking great for him. That seems like he's living a pretty awesome life at the moment. Would I have killed to be in his position? Of course I would have. He was 19. He was 16 when he started posting short films to YouTube. I mean, he did it exactly right. He did exactly what you're supposed to do. Was he? Dude, he's a really good actor. It's a shame he's not getting bigger roles. I think didn't he him not getting nominated for best actor always really irritated me because that movie is essentially is his performance in many ways. Oh, he did get nominated. Good, good, good. Who? No, what was the big controversy with that? I remember there was somebody overlooked. I don't think it was nominated for best director, if I remember correctly. It was yes, it was not nominated for. I'm almost certain it was not nominated for best director. No, it was. Then fuck. What am I thinking? Yeah. What was the controversy then? Just said it was a good movie. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah. That's insane. That's what is this? What is this? I don't. I've never heard of this guy before. That's amazing. That's amazing. He must be like the youngest director ever. Shit, man. I mean, how was... Let's see. I mean, let's see. I mean, some of these are a little hokey, but...
Sound, camera,
Rolling.
all right.
Yeah. I mean, what's the opinion about Francis Ford Coppola now? Can we say good things about him? Can we say good things about him, or is his one really bad movie ruined it for everything? I mean, Coppola essentially said that in Heart of Darkness as well. That the at the end, that at some point, you know, they'll just be kids with their cameras making movies. Hi, JJ. How's it going? I'm good. Thought we'd do a little streaming. I misremembered some facts around 12 Years a Slave that I'm very embarrassed by. I always hate when I'm wrong on stream. On stream, because it's the most embarrassing place to be wrong, but it is what it is. I thought it didn't get nominated for Best Actor. I was completely wrong about that. But besides that, I'm good. You don't care about that. How are things going? It's very embarrassing to be wrong. It's very embarrassing to be wrong. I thought we'd do some writing today, but I'm going to procrastinate before I start doing that. Because I don't feel like doing stuff right now. This has to be the weirdest. I'm just kind of looking at stuff right now. Anyways, my attempt to do real YouTube videos is going okay. It's not going great, but I'm starting to get there. I wrote. I have a video I'm working up about Burn After Reading, the Coen Brothers movie, that I think is a unique take on the film. But it's actually, surprisingly, guys, it's actually quite difficult to make a video every day. My goal was to make one every day for the summer. Surprisingly, a little bit difficult to pull this off. Yeah, it's making me a tiny bit tired, honestly. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I would very much like, Ray, I would very much like to hit monetization status on YouTube. And the only way to do that is to get 4,000 hours. of watch time on YouTube. And the only way to do that is to upload videos, and the only way to do that is to upload them consistently. So, I'm just going to keep uploading, no matter what. And stream. I also should stream. But... no worries, JJ. I just have fun. Jeez. Video games. Yeah. Anyways. I've been doing some writing. Trying to get some good writing done. Justice Department launched it. Oh, fuck. I just want to complain about... of course, Trump is doing that. Trump is trying to put in prison EJ and Carol. Still not a fan of Trump, by the way. Hate him more every day. Didn't think I could, but now I do. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Do you think a baby could win the Oscar? That's awesome. Yeah, unfortunately, I hate those auto dubs. By the way, I tried watching one or two channels with auto dubs. It sounds just so wrong and unnatural that I just couldn't do it. Like, hello. I am speaking in a natural voice. I am speaking very naturally. And I'm aware that means there'll be a lot of really great YouTubers that I'll just probably miss, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Turns out I need some sort of human sounding element to it for all of this to work. This is something I was working on last night. Oh, I'm just tired. I so rarely... Yeah. Hello! Welcome to my video. I hope you're doing fantastic. I really want to direct a short film. I got to give over 1,000 different insecurities about that, but I would like to direct a short film. Again, I haven't done one since college. And I was thinking about that I'd like to do one. Maybe I could be the next Kane Parsons. I'm still young. I'm still a wonderkin. I'm just trying. Well, I wrote a few scenes for like, I don't know, like a pilot for something. I never got past it too much, but I always thought this was really a charming idea. I don't know. The problem is, anytime I try and like write something, people. Okay, here it is. The elf. I think this is the fuller version of it. Yeah, this is it. This is about a fantasy elf who gets accidentally transported to modern day Houston, and it's about her just like having to like just live her life now in like my city. I don't know. I thought it was a fun low rent fantasy film that I could do pretty easy. I don't know. I don't really have like a plot for it though. I just have like some fun ideas. I just want. I don't know. Maybe it'd be better to pick. Sometimes with scripts, especially short films, it's better to just make something in one location. But then I don't have any ideas really. I always find it so terrible talking about like creative projects on here, because it's like, it's a little bit like, well, I don't know, I gotta work more with it and figure it out. I also had this idea. This isn't a script so much as it is. I want to start posting on Royal Road. I want to make something like for a web serial. But I don't have any ideas yet. Well, I do, and this was my idea for it. But I really want to direct a film. Hopefully, a large film. A feature length soon, but like a short film would be nice. Yeah. Okay. When I saw this, by the way, when I first saw the trailer for this, I didn't realize what it was about. This Disclosures Day. Oh, come on. So this is Spielberg's newest movie called Disclosure Day. But when I first saw it, hey, Solomon! How's it going? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. We are theoretically supposed to start writing something, but I'm procrastinating a little bit on it because I don't have a great idea, really. Like all that motivation to do much. But I didn't feel like drawing. I didn't feel like setting up my drawing equipment, so we're doing this instead. Tell us. So Dorito Solomon, tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you a writer? Yeah. I have a suspicion that this summer is going to be an interesting summer for movies. Nice! Hooray! I wish I had a little animation that did a high five on here. This is right now, at least. What's your assignment supposed to be? Should we actually try and do some writing? Scary. Should we? Should we actually? Ooh. I love me a good Shakespeare. I love me some Shakespeare. Um, when I was in debate, when I was judging debate, kids would usually do this. This is somewhat of a random story, but what kids would do is to trip up their competition is that they would challenge the whole institution of debate as racist or like something and say it was immaterial. It was a and the thing about that is if you can justify it, one of the times I see this attempted, he did it by claiming it was racist, and it's actually a really clever debate strategy. Because if you can justify it, usually what happens is that the other kid is so unprepared for this strategy that he doesn't counter it, and you kind of have to judge debate on how well something is countered, and if somebody doesn't counter it, something, you kind of concede the point. Yeah. I am curious how that's all going to turn out, Ray. So, what I'm saying is, what you should do is just say essays are bad and terrible, and try and get out of it that way. Like argue that essays are insufficient. That's wild. So are you, Dorito, are you a writer? What stuff do you write? That's a good answer. I like that. I like that answer. I try to be. What's the? Ooh, yeah. We were just talking about how I want to start trying writing a script again, but I just don't have any direction. What's the latest project you've been working on? Bits and bobs. You've been writing bits and bobs. These are also terrible because I was like just. Yeah, that is the best King Lear movie. It it does show you that there was this really good Canadian show called, what was it called? And it was about Shakespearean actors. It was about a Shakespearean acting company in Canada. I really loved it. Canadian show about Shakespearean actors. And slings and arrows, slings and arrows, slings and arrows, and every season was about the production of a Shakespearean play. It's really good, and so every season is about a production of a Shakespearean play, and and every season emulates, and so the season kind of emulates the play in general and what's going on in it. Oh, nice! The whole series is available on YouTube. Yay! So season 3 is King Lear. So season 3 is King Lear. So the first one is first season is Hamlet, the second season is Macbeth, and the third season is King Lear. And presumably, if it had gone on, there would be like more. What if I tried to adapt Shakespeare? Huh? Ray? What if I tried to... Ray and Dorito? And it's free on YouTube. Go watch it now. Yeah, what if I tried to adapt Shakespeare? I've had this thought before that I should just try and adapt it as a low budget indie. But what low budget indie? Yeah, I've thought about that before, but I've never like come up to a very like good answer of which one to adapt. I'm inclined for Midsummer Night's Dream as one, but I don't know. You know, because there has to be a few like qualifications. One of the ones is I have to do it modern day, and it would be an adaptation, not a production. You know, I don't want to be the writer. I'm not saying I'm better than Shakespeare, but well, I think my main ability is as a writer, but I don't know. We could do Midsummer Night's Dream is the one I'm always inclined towards. I like Puck. Puck. Who's your favorite Shakespearean character, Dorita? Who would you say your favorite Shakespearean character is? Ray, you too. Oh, shut up. I'm sorry, but shut up. That's so irritating. Yes, we all know that Leica is if you guys don't know, what he's talking about is that Leica is the people behind like Coraline and stuff. And Kubo and the Two Strings and all that. If you don't know, Leica has never made money. It is not successful in that way. The reason it exists is because Leica was a company founded by, I think, I'm just trying to remember. It's so Leica is a company founded by Travis Knight. Oh, that's wild. Travis Andrew Knight is and this is the only way it can exist. Travis Andrew Knight is the founder of Leica, and he is an American filmmaker, animator, Jesus, former rapper. Travis, you've been nominated for like 2 Oscars. What are you? You don't have to say that. And he is the son of Nike co-founder Phil Knight. Yeah. Anyways, he's a good director, Travis Knight. Yeah, he's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards. Oh yeah, both are good. I like Puck. And maybe Mercutio. I like any character who's the smartest character in a movie or show, and nobody respects them. No. Anyways. It does go to show you, like, God, it goes to show you what being the son of a billionaire can do for you. Look at this. After Travis Knight graduated from Portland State University, Knight's father had become an investor in Will Vinton Studios and persuaded the company to hire Travis as an intern. He worked on the television series The PJs for Fox Studios and Gary and Mike on UPN, as well as television commercials and promo spies. By 2003, Philip had become the controlling shareholder of Will Vinton, and Travis was promoted to the board of directors. Despite having no management experience himself, following the fire of Vinton, the Knights began to reorganize the studio, which rebranded as Leica. Oh my god, Dorito, thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, he then went on to make several really good movies. So, but that sounds like that wasn't a particularly great. Yeah, I was pretty sure that was Will Vinton. Yeah, great experience. A little bit corporate. Will Vinton is a very important person. He the California Raisins, but I believe, if I remember correctly, Vinton is... if I remember correctly, yes. Yes, Will Vinton is very important. Okay. One of the most infamous... I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. Sorry, I'm distracted. Anything other than actually writing is good. No, we will write. The most terrifying bit of animation ever created ever.
The only earthly certainty is oblivion.
Welcome to the mysterious stranger.
What?
Hello,
Who are you?
an angel.
What's your name?
Satan.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Only it's sure a sorry name for an angel.
Please, come in.
Magician.
like an island. Did you see that? How do you learn to do that?
I didn't learn it at all. It comes naturally to me, like other curious things. Are you hungry?
Sure am.
What kind of fruit do you like the most?
Oranges!
Apples?
Grapes!
Ooh. Where'd he go?
What happened to him?
There. Oh boy.
Can we help?
You may make some people.
I'll make the king and queen.
I'm gonna make a soldier.
Don't they look like hobbits?
Look at that little village.
There. Here's a buddy.
Now we'll give them life.
Moving.
Looks like my pap on Saturday night.
Look, they're moving.
There's like regular people.
I find you humans quite interesting, even though you are a worthless, greedy lot. How annoying that sound is. Fools. What fascinations there are on this planet. Strange mortals with curious customs.
Of course it is. It's animated.
We'll have a storm now, and an earthquake if you like.
That's how it
You
works.
must stand aside, out of danger. I can do no wrong, for I do not know what it is.
You murdered him.
Never mind them. People are of no value. We could make more sometime, if we need them. Life itself is only a vision, a dream. Nothing exists save empty space, and you are but a thought.
You know, for kids. Yeah, so that was Will Witten. A pretty famous guy. He also made the California Raisins. Yeah. What are you talking about? What are you talking? Yeah. I do agree, commenter. This is the creepiest part of the thing. is right. It's this one. It's this shot right here that's just so creepy.
I get
Anyway, so that's Will Witten. He found Will Witten Studios. And then that turns into and then that eventually turns into Leica, which has done pretty well for itself. Sure. We're gonna get writing soon, but I'm being lazy and I don't want to. I did some writing earlier today. I wasn't super happy with it. I've got something of a project going, but holy shit! Oh fuck! What cursed object did you just send me to? What is this?
Voy a transformar a mi cerdito en criatura hermosa que nunca me abandonará. Desde hoy sin Pedro y él. ¿Qué les parece si jugamos? Es un juego divertido que inventé.
What's scary about this? There's nothing weird and creepy. Why would you be scared at all? Totally normal looking film. Completely normal looking.
María, pero le hará bien. María, María, María.
Totally normal looking movie. Completely normal. Anyway, so we want to be creative now. Honestly, that looks cool. You know, Oh, right in the middle of the creepy part? You guys, let's maybe watch a little bit of a palate cleanser. This is a cute short that I saw that I liked.
Always wanna feel like I belong. We just want you to sing along. We let it out and sing a song. She's got the right foot, she's all wrong. 'Cause we are the stars of the show. You can play guitar now, go, go. You're going too far, please go, go, go. Give me a chance, I can fit in. You said that's too cool. I can enhance, I can blend in. A bit much for our scene. Will I ever find a group that I fit in with? Huh? Yeah, well, what do you know? I don't want to play right now. Can't you see I'm sulking? Start a band with you? A duck? I was out of place, just couldn't get it right. Guess there's egg on my face, though I tried without my mind. I must testify that I hadn't any love. To my surprise, all I needed was a little time. All I needed was a time. All I needed was a time.
Now let's watch that other trailer again. Yes. Very much reminds me of like Powerpuff Girls and stuff. Like, recently, I'll say this. Recently, as an adult, I rewatched the original Power Girls. It was something as a kid I watched, but as an adult, I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch it. And that show is so good. And I now as an adult, I get all the 60s references. Like obviously, like that show is like so fascinated by like 60s, like yeah, and it's very like fascinated like with 60s retro culture and stuff, and it's very much like somebody pointed out that like a thing like nobody gets is that they were mod, like the girls are mod girls, like there's like there's a very specific, like they're supposed to be wearing like a variation of these clothing, and it's like it's like there's so much like cool stuff involved in it. Anyways, and it has such a like a cool slick design, and it has like Jesus. What the fuck is this? Jesus. Mary and Joseph. Okay. Yeah, what the fuck was that? Anyways. What the fuck was that? Jesus. I know, I was... Why was there like... I was looking up like mod clothing from like the 60s. What was that? People are too horny. Too horny. People are too horny. Like, jeez. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Yeah, I guess I should have, like... I was interested in, like, this, you know. Anyways. You know, I have some theories on that. I have some theories. Let's see. What was I looking for? That deflated me a little bit. I mean, as somebody who just posted this drawing, which I'm very proud of, by the way, but that's a show of skill. Did not care about the reboot all that much, have to admit. Yeah. The worst part about Minecraft is it's not horny. It's not horny enough. Although... Ugh. Right. I think we can all agree on that. It doesn't appeal enough. Have you noticed that every kind of like really buzzy video game for the last few years has been because all the characters are really, really hot? That's the thing I've noticed. And it's like... I mean, that's what... No, but it's like every new like franchise or something I've seen for the like... That sounds weird. Is... It's like... Have you noticed that that's like the first thing I've noticed? You noticed? Like people talk about? And these are good games, too. None of them are bad games, but it's like... There is definitely, there is definitely a tiny bit of an element of like, maybe the easiest way to get viral is to make your characters really, really attractive. And I know that's been part of like it forever, but I feel like at some point, like somebody just really learned that lesson, and like every new game, like the entire cast is like filled with like supermodels and stuff. Yeah. I want to blame Overwatch. I know this has been a thing in gaming forever, but it feels like it's become a deliberate method. And for like, there's indie games out there, which I love, that are 100% doing this idea. They're 100% aiming towards that crowd just a little bit. Listen, it's a way to make your game stand out. Like, fiction has always been, on some level, about attractive people, but... Yeah. I want to blame Overwatch for, like, starting this arms race, essentially. Because I feel it's almost like a little bit of an arms race of like trying to make the most attractive people possible. But that gives Overwatch too much credit. Listen, I'm not knocking it. It's just there is video games lately have definitely been keeping a certain demographic in mind when making certain games that maybe they didn't used to be as overt about as they used. They tried to play it maybe a little bit coy. I blame Overwatch for making this a part of like the hype cycle now. Because I feel half of the hype behind Overwatch was how attractive their characters were. And I feel that they explicitly like made that part of God, Grammarly. Fuck what? Fuck what? The man? Yeah, fuck the man. Grammarly got so much worse ever since they really started doing AI stuff. It really bugs me. Yeah, fuck the man. Fuck them. Fuck you, Bobby Kotick. Why, specifically? There's many reasons, but I want to know what we're doing. What is he? Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, yes. I did not see that. Sorry. Now it does. But I allowed... Oh, whatever. Yeah, I have to admit, there is some stuff that I know we're all aware of it now, but I would like... I would like maybe companies to start playing coy again with some stuff. And not get so involved in things as they were. Because, like, companies right now very much have this idea of, like, in fandom spaces, that they really should be intimately involved with it. And I am of the opinion that there is some stuff that maybe we should just leave separate. Remember... when that magician over at, the magician who makes, what is it, Borderlands, tweeted out, what was it? What was the Overwatch competitor that Gearbox made. You can what else is on right now? I'm just curious. Following that is on. Yeah. Not my type of game either. I've actually never played Overwatch. Randy Pitchford is who I'm thinking of. Randy Pitchford. When he tweeted out the porn subreddit to his game. And I was like, and when he did that, I was like, why? I don't want creators acknowledging that exists. I don't want creators acknowledging that stuff like that exists. Like, I want to go back to the point where, like, Jim Butcher, the writer of the Dresden Files, has said, like, in his mind, legally in his mind, like, fan fiction of his stuff doesn't exist, and he's never heard of it. And I think that's, like, I think that's a pretty good, like, let's have this iron wall. Let's have this, like, wall up between the creator and the fan in those ways. No, like, don't get involved in stuff like that. Yep, don't. You are omniscient. You are omniscient and distant God. Yeah. Well, I was thinking about. I've been watching some of the glitch stuff, and how, like, obnoxious that fan base is. And I'm like, I kind of think, like, creators should go kind of back to, like, you are omniscient, you are a distant and omniscient. Yeah. You are omniscient and distant God. You are, we are. This ironically plays into some stuff I was working in my talking about the Coen Brothers. Like, the creator, you are a deist. You are a deist God. You created the thing. But the people who are, like, how the people are, like, you are the clockmaker. You set the clock. You're not there to see how people play with your clock. How people interpret the time of the clock. That's not on you. You are a distant and remote figure, and I would much prefer creators went back to being that. I don't really need to know, like, I don't really need to know your opinion on fandom ships or something. But when exactly. But Ray, haven't you heard? Gooseworks is a nightmare monster person who didn't 100% care that the last episode got leaked, and probably deserves to be thrown into a volcano for that. Obviously, she made the show everybody likes, but she won't do exactly what you say when you want it. I worry sometimes when you're sarcastic on here. I've had instances where I'm being sarcastic and people treat me deadly seriously, which is fun. Listen, if you listen to the Zizits, if you listen to the, who are those fucking idiots that, like, Sam Bankman-Fried was part of? The, you know, it's actually more important to do exactly what you want and not care about things, and that's do you know what I'm talking about? Sam Bankman-Fried, ethical, what is it? Effective altruism. Do you know what effective altruism is? Have you heard of this concept? It's pretty stupid. And one of its biggest proponents was Sam Bankman-Fried, so who's currently in prison now for stealing all of his investors' money. Okay, so effective altruist. Well, it's basically it's like essentially really basic game theory applied to charity as an idea. So the idea is the most moral. Okay, you're not going to believe this, that this is a real thing people believe. Real thing people believe. Okay, there's some logic behind it, but there's some, like a lot of these things, there's a little bit of logic behind it, but it gets pretty screwy pretty quickly. So effective altruists believe that the most logical way to help people is to make a lot of money and then donate that to charity, because that will help the most people in the long term. So what it's essentially saying is, if the thing that will help people the most is if you get really, 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 really rich. And you should get like super rich. How dare you, Ray, criticize Hassan? There's nothing at all hypocritical about the way Hassan behaves and acts. There's nothing at all hypocritical about the way Hassan preaches and how he lives his life. What are you talking about? I'm so glad almost nobody's here. God. Yeah. Effective altruism. There's nothing at all Not interested. No, but Elon Musk is a real big believer in it. The problem is, I would argue one of the main problems is that it assigns a lot of... It assigns a lot of, let's say, power and ability towards the richest 1% to effectively do what is right. And I feel like that's a flaw in that if you assume that the richest people in the world will innately act moral and right and give the money to the most effective ways. Because it essentially means that the richest people in the world are the people who should save us, and we should let them become as rich as possible. And I would argue, and I think a lot of people argue, that one of the main problems with the world is that rich assholes are overtly dominant and fuck everybody else over to try and become richer and richer. And the idea that they are the most inherently trustworthy people... Yeah, well, what they're saying is, well, they're doing evil now, but they'll donate a bunch of money, and that'll be good. Like, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, they're all big believers in this idea. And Mark Zuckerberg is like, well, I'm giving away most of my fortune when I die, guys. So it'll be good. It'll be good. It doesn't matter how I got it. It just matters what I do with it at the end. And it doesn't matter that the world might actually be significantly worse off because of my actions. And that the money might not be able to really fix the problem. Guys, it's so I'm being, like, really good. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I would argue that it places undue... Yeah, and what this has evolved into is... Because effective altruists are also, like, big... So, the big charity thing that effective altruists now all really care about, and they talk about a lot, is AI research and stopping AI from making sure AI is ethically sourced. Where it's like, I think almost everybody would say that the best way to fix the AI problem is to stop putting so much fucking money into AI. So that our economy and environment doesn't get destroyed by it. Yeah. It's basically the most hilariously naive philosophy in the world. Because it's like, what if we gave rich people like even more money and power, and basically said that they were the moral arbiters of the world? So far hasn't worked, but I think if we try it again, it might work. I think, basically, morally, if you think about it, being rich is the only way to be good in the world. And then, basically, you can kind of see that this is, basically, Jordan Peterson, right? Like, you can basically see this, because this is essentially what Jordan Peterson believes, or basically, okay, if you really think about it, it's essentially like monarchism, in a way. It's like, you can basically see how, like, they're redefining the terms that basically there should just be an elite class of people high above us who are in charge of everything, and the people below should have no rights to fight it. And that the ultimate pursuit of wealth and money is innately good. And this kind of segues into the whole... Yeah, it's like pseudo-oligarchism. Like, you can basically see how, in a few steps, this becomes essentially, there should just be a ruling class of people. There should just be a ruling class of people who's in charge, and everybody else should be under control of them and do whatever they say. Like, you can see in, like, a few steps. And you can... Do you know about the whole Dark Citadel thing that that like the alt-right believes in and all this stuff? Have you heard about this? Oh, by the way, guess who's a big fan of this effective altruism stuff? Whenever there's like a guy, Peter Thiel. Guess who's like a real big fan of all of this? The real life living vampire, Peter Thiel. Listen, if you look at any bad thing that's happening in the world, check for his name, because he'll probably be... Do you know who he is? If you check for his name, he'll be somewhere included in there. Oh, look, the most evil company in the world, Palantir. Yep. Anyways, okay, so the dark... I guess we're just talking about extreme alt-right politics at the moment, whatever. Okay, so if you're curious what the ultimate playbook is for a lot of these like alt-right conservative dudes, what they're all working for. It's something called the Dark Cathedral is what they refer to it as. And it's all this. Yeah. Well, Thiel has been accused more than once of being the Antichrist. Like, it's so cartoonishly evil. It's so funny how cartoonishly evil he is. He'll say things like you don't want to kill all the humans, right? And he's like, well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that if I want to do... that's a good thought process, you know? It's complicated. Okay, so... Okay, so very basically, what the Dark... So what the Dark Cathedral is basically... Okay, so it's this idea that they have that democracy isn't good. Let's get that out of the way first. They're fascists. They believe democracy is bad. And it's not helping capitalism in the way it should. You know, they can't be effective altruists if it's preventing capitalism. And what they believe is that the... and you can tell this is Silicon Valley guys who came up with this idea. Basically, they're like, you know what was the best way, the best society was Facebook. Facebook really created, like, a lot of stuff when it's running. So basically, what they want to do is they want to turn every city into a company and have it be run by CEO kings. Like, they want to get rid of America and have it be run solely by CEO kings. Every city should be a city-state run by CEO kings of America. Half CEO, half king. And that's their big idea. Is that they want to create that. Because They looked at how Mark Zuckerberg ran Facebook, and they're like, "That's the way forward. That's the way we should model ourselves after Facebook." Yeah. So basically, Mark Zuckerberg, what they dream of is a million Mark Zuckerbergs, all disseminated across the world, all running massive Dubais. Like, they think Dubai is the greatest city ever, and they think every American city should just be Dubai, run by Mark Zuckerberg. Ray, don't you want to... And be mostly AI data centers now. Ray, don't you want Mark Zuckerberg to have total, complete control over your life? Wouldn't that be good? But yeah, JD Vance is a big fan of this. Jared Kushner. That's, by the way, that's why they want. That's why Trump wants Greenland. If you're curious, Trump wants. That's why they're all. That's all why they're all converging on Greenland, is because they want to build their ideal super Dubais somewhere without people. Big air quotes around that. With people that they can easily get rid of, and build their super Dubais in Greenland. Ray, don't you want to? It's such a dumb plan. It's such a dumb plan. It's in the... Well, that's why they also want to do Mars, because they want to build their super... Basically, they think Dubai is the greatest run city in the world, and they want to do Dubai everywhere. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Dubai is mostly run by what is essentially slave labor. Hey. For the very, very rich people, it's really nice. So, like, and obviously they would be really rich because, obviously crypto would work, and they would get rid of the dollar, and they would get rid of this democracy and America and every country, and it would be Mark Zuckerberg and his friends being in charge of everything, and everything would be like a startup, and you'd rule everything. And guys like Peter Thiel and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they'd be in charge of it all. And we'd all be living in Dubai. It's like explaining to people, it's like, well, why don't... You do know why we have, like, different... Yeah, what if there's, like, a collapse economically? Why do you think there's so few, like, city-states in existence anymore? It's like... Not every city is fucking Singapore. Singapore is a port city in one of the busiest ports in the world. There's a reason why it's doing okay. What is the CEO king of Boise, Idaho going to do? Yeah, it's... Well, obviously... Listen. Sam Bankman-Fried and his friends are, what the most charitable thing, obviously, to do is that we need to give Sam Bankman-Fried and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg beautiful atomically powered robot bodies that can't die, and that are 20 forever, and so that they can be immortal god kings of the world forever and assure us into a rich source of peace and love. Don't Ray, are you not on the same page with this? Does this sound like a problem? Are you thinking we should give Mark Zuckerberg and Sam Bankman-Fried and Elon Musk even more power? Well, I don't know, but I guess we could give them more power. I guess we could anoint them. Yeah, like San Francisco, which is a city right on the fault line. Which is a city right on the fault lines, might. Anyways. Sorry, I don't usually get into politics too much on this, even though I am working for a politician right at the moment. Well, it could exist. It could exist. We're not 100%, but, does it exist like in movies and TV shows? Probably not. Listen, but it's cool because Joe Rogan has said that, yeah. I mean, the answer is, a lot of rich people got rich because they were just sort of in the right place at the right time and they had the opportunity. And the reason they had the opportunity is because they were already... Like, the thing is, to become rich... Well, usually when you look at, like, really rich people, it's like... Their parents were already pretty rich, which ensured that they had the opportunity to get really, really rich. Like, the easiest way to become a billionaire is to be born a millionaire. Yeah. Like, not to use an example of him, being that he was Jeff Epstein's close buddy, but, like Bill Gates... Bill Gates' dad was a grandfather was a banker. Mark Zuckerberg's dad was a very successful dentist. You know, they all came from comfort and wealth. You know, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people who, like, you know, once you reach billionaire status, it's not usually like the next kid will reach trillionaire status. But, you know, when you're a millionaire, you have a lot of chances to become. When you're a millionaire in that you know, in that sort of, you have a lot of options to become, a lot more options than you or me. And I'm not even, you know, I'm not. No, you know, I would never claim to not be, you know, live a comfortable existence. But I don't have the option to become a billionaire. You know, I didn't go to Harvard like Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates. King, how's it going, King Sky? Hope everything's going well. How you doing? That's good. That's very good. What's yours about? Oh, the most beautiful type in the world. I don't know. I mean, that's popular. But what's your unique selling point? What makes yours the isekai? What makes your Hey, there's no better thing in the world to write a better story than being irritated at a different story. That's a lot of the best writing comes from that. So is it going to be like a full book or like a web series, a web serial or something? I like that. Oh. No. I have a twist on the isekai genre that I've been playing around with in my head for a while, but it's not really. Well, I'm excited to hear how you do realpolitik. They just say he's like super smart and badass. Part of the problem. I've had a. Yes. It's surprising how unimportant that few people feel about that in stories at times. Yeah, I always find that so. Not to get too analytical, but there is something that bothers me about how, um, like babied the main character is in stories at times, where it's like everything is set up for the character to succeed and succeed really well, and the world like just bends over backwards to make it go like, no, you're doing good, you're doing good. Um, my favorite isekai, my favorite one that I've read is and this one makes because this one just makes me laugh as an idea. Is it's about an everyday 50-year-old like he's a dad, and he accidentally gets transported into, like, he's just a normal 50-year-old like, dad, and he accidentally gets transported into into his daughter's otome game, where he gets transported into the body of the main villainess, but he doesn't want to do anything bad, so he just starts acting like, yeah, well, it started as a manga. Yeah, I thought that one was really funny. I thought that was a really funny take on the idea, because it's like he doesn't really want to do anything bad. He just wants to like be nice, and he starts treating like, yeah, yeah. It's a cute. It's nothing like the way you're describing it, it sounds like something I would actually be interested in reading. I would much prefer like a more like morally, yeah, yeah. I would much prefer like a more like, if we were doing like serious fantasy, like listen, there's always an element of like, this is for a research thesis at some point down the line, if I were to be but there are cultural reasons why the character has to be in Japan, why the character has to be unstoppable and great. Um, in my opinion, and Americans are sort of, oh, there's a deeper element. I get in trouble when I bring this idea up. There's something. Oh no, there's something much deeper going on than just that. Okay. 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 King. Let's do a little experiment. Okay. Yes, it's power fantasy. It's power fantasy, but there's another element that plays into Japanese history. Okay. Let's think about it. Let's think about it in some terms. Okay. Um. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to word this correctly, because once I put the right framing in, you'll notice it immediately what the issue is. Okay, let's imagine an American isekai where the main character is American. Okay? No. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with that. And he gets hit. He gets hit by a bus. and he gets transported into a fantasy world. But it's not a traditional medieval fantasy world. Okay. I'm trying to put this in the right way because, okay, so... Okay, so you need to think... Okay. Let's say, okay, in our theoretical American-led isekai, let's say he gets transported into, say, an African world. What happens once that framing happens? A white guy comes. So, a person from a fuck my ears. A person from a more advanced society comes into what is a primitive society and changes it to make it, and immediately conquers it with their superior technology. Takes several brides and. Hey, we figured out the secret theme. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Ba-ba-bam-bam-bam. We've figured out what the secret theme of isekai, what the secret theme of a lot of isekai. Because it's Japanese colonization. Yes. Exactly. It's a relitigation of the Japanese Empire. It's a relitigation of what the Japanese Empire was by showing a good example of it, where a Japanese person comes in and fixes a primitive society. Ba-ba-bam! We figured it out. It's a relitigation of Japanese colonialism. Yeah, but it's a very specific... But, King, it's a very specific fantasy. Well, King, but it's a very specific fantasy. It's a very specific fantasy of getting to be in charge of an entire society and reconstituting it to resemble yours, using your superior knowledge and techniques. Yes, it is a power fantasy, but it's a very specific type of power fantasy. It definitely did come. Well, SAO, not all isekais, by the way. I should point out, not all isekais. I don't mean all isekais, but there is definitely a branch of that. There is definitely a branch of that where it's like modern day person comes in, takes over. Like, there are a lot of isekais that are just straight like adventure tales of like a modern day person being thrown into fantasy adventures. You know, not all isekais, obviously, but pay attention to isekais. There will be a theme of that. There is a theme. There is an underlying theme of that more than yeah. Well, King, that's kind of the hint of it. Is That's kind of the hint of it. It's like, oh, look at the superiorness of Japanese food. Get rid of your other cultures don't have food. Yeah, it's a whole. Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. It's kind of jingoism. It's. It's rah rah. Look how great our society is. I've always wanted to do. Okay, you guys want to? You guys want to hear my idea for an isekai story? I've always wanted to do like. Yeah. Yeah. I've always wanted to do like basically instead of okay, so basically I wanted to okay. I haven't totally figured out how I would do that yet because this is why I haven't written it. But basically it turns into there's one isekai I particularly hate, which is the fantasy one where I always forget its name. Where it's like Mike! How good it is to see you. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're talking isekais and an idea I've had for isekais. How is it going? Yes, I'm a super kitty. I'm a super kitty. I'm a super kitty. You can't see my little. I wish I was skilled enough with like 3D modeling and animation to like have the cat like do like hand motions and stuff, but I'm not. I agree. Well, the thing is, like, isekais were that fantasy periodically becomes that every once in a while. Like for like so okay, in academic terms, isekais are what is known as second world fantasies. Or yes, it's second world fantasy. Or gateway world, or usually you call it second world. And what it is, so roughly there are 3 types of fantasy, if you're curious. First, so Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself. There is first world, second world, and third world, or historical, hidden, constructed is another way to describe. Historical fantasy is a rare genre that used to be the default genre, which is it takes some place indiscriminately in the past, and fantasy and magic just exists alongside real people. If that makes sense. This is a rare genre now, but that used to be kind of the default genre. Second world is there is our world, and then there is the other world, and it's connected somehow. And then constructed world is like fantasy, where it's like it's fantasy that exists independent. It's a world that exists independent of ours. Like it has no connection to our world. It runs on its own ideas and logic. And all those 3. Ooh! Oh, did you find me through the wrestling tab? I very rarely get people through the wrestling tab. If you're curious, my main series. If you're curious, let me find it. My main series that I'm working on is a wrestling book. It is about. I may have jumped the gun a little bit and commissioned some artwork for it. It is about. Thank you for the follow, Mike. It is about Luna Skull Queen, orc wrestler, a pro wrestler, and her various adventures in the strange fantasy world of being a pro wrestler in a fantasy world. Is the main series I'm working on. Who's your favorite wrestler? King, are you a wrestling fan? And thank you so much for the follow. You should do. Pro wrestling is the single greatest American art form. It's up there with jazz. Yes, I know the Obey, famously the Obey posters. Yeah, don't remind me. I'm very upset by that. Oh my god, I could go into fucking hours about fucking Logan Paul and TKO and how fucking nightmarish the people are that are in charge of it now. Which is shocking because, like... Fun fact, the guy who did the Obey poster later designed the Hope poster. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so... Yeah. First of all, yes, Logan Paul is involved in it, unfortunately. Second of all, we are currently in a real nadir for professional wrestling at the moment, as big money has come in and kind of prioritized celebrities more than anything to be the main guys. I mean, those are good. Those are good picks. Those are good picks, Mike. Like don't get me fucking. And the fucking, like, WrestleMania that's going to be held in Saudi Arabia next year is, like, infuriating me. Ugh, gross. The fact that, like, CM Punk is going to be there is, like, infuriates me, mostly. Yeah. Okay, so... But we have to start at the beginning. As you should, Mike. As you should. That's where real wrestling lives at the moment. And also, like, New Japan and stuff like that. So, basically what happened is the Endeavor Group bought out the WWE and has been incorporating it into, like, and combined it... No, it's doing good. I haven't really... You guys can't see me right now, but I'm wearing an All Japan shirt at the moment. They were... Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great wrestling outside of WWE. it's important to understand that wrestling was for the people. Wrestling used to be for the people. Like wrestling was the true theater of the working man. To go, not to go all literature studies, but if one gives, to quote a very famous essay, if one gives oneself over to wrestling, it is the few times that you can see the gods of Atlantis. It's the whole thing. Let's see. Yeah, I agree, Mike. What you don't like, but you didn't want to see Jelly Roll versus Pat McAfee? Mike. No. But what we're all looking for is like, we all want Jelly Roll to like, that's who we were all excited to see, right? Main event WrestleMania. Yeah. I like how they ruined the I like how they ruined a fairly obvious build and by inserting Pat into it. For some reason, Randy Orton's name just slipped my mind. Yeah, I don't. Honestly, the second Travis Scott came out in the Cena Rhodes match, I was so mad that I just turned it off, and I haven't really been paying attention to WWE. I was obsessed with WWE for a while, and then the second that happened, I was like, "Oh fuck this! I'm not watching." I am of the opinion, you know. I got very into it again. You know, I periodically get in and out of it, and I got very into it again because I really liked Cody. You know, I thought the story was so good. Like, I thought Cody versus Roman was like just one of the best booked matches in years. You know, and I still defend that. That's like one of the best like storytelling things they've done in wrestling in a long time. And that was like such a good like build. The stories all made sense and converged in a really beautiful way. You know, that was just a great story. And then frankly, after that, they have no idea. They seem to have no idea what to do next. Like literally, it's like they wrote the final of WWE. Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. Like, but I always think that it's like they wrote the final. It's like, you know, if they ended WWE after that, like it probably that would have been okay. It's like it kind of felt like the final episode, and it's like, oh, what do we do now? Yeah. But Mike, Jim Cornette has said that wrestling is good now because people know it's rigged. And they fired the fucking New Day. I'm still salty about that, by the way. Exactly. Has New Day announced if they're going to AEW yet? I'm still like salty about that. Yeah. Can I tell you an idea I had once? This is just, I haven't thought about this in a long time, but this was an idea I've had for a while. Yeah. I wanted to start an esports league, but I wanted it to be like worked esports. You know? Like I was thinking we should do like an esports league, but it's worked. Like so instead of like so we could have like whole like we could do like storylines and like right? Isn't that a genius idea? Like we could get some esports players and like just have them like, and that way we could do like all the craziest like game moves possible, but it's all worked ahead of time. I bet that would be a hit. Right? Like imagine that. Like imagine that. I don't know. Do we know any people who play esports that we could like convince to like like permanently ruin their credibility? Yeah. What? No, 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 Mike. I don't do NFL. I'm all about the XFL. I'm waiting for the next season to start, Mike. I'm waiting for the next season to start. What's the I'm in Houston. There's the U. Is it the UW? Yeah. The USFL. If I can joke for just a minute. So there's the competitor. So there's a new the competitor to the NFL. There's been a few, but the recently new competitor to the NFL is the USFL, the United States Football League. Oh, does it not exist anymore? No, no, no. I just thought it existed. Anyways, or is it the UFL? I don't know. is anyway. So the Houston Gamblers are the name of a secondary football team. Yeah, the UFL. It's confusing because there's several different. Anyways, what I always find it so funny is the thing Houston is well known for, gambling. We're totally well known for gambling. Oh, and it's owned by Dwayne Johnson, right? That's the thing. Mike. When you think Houston, the very first thing you think about is gambling, right? A thing that is not legal here to do. A thing that is not legal in my city to do. I thought it was like, when I first heard about that, I was like, I thought it's so funny because it's like, there's just no way that's real. Like, clearly this was meant to be like Las Vegas's team and they just went, but apparently that's our old USFL team, which is funny to me. Yeah, minor leagues don't really work for football. Yeah. But it's like, the number one thing you think about, actually, it's just so funny to me. It's like, we don't really have a gambling theme here. Yeah. I was like, are we sure it's not supposed to be Las Vegas? Or New Orleans? Anything but... Houston is notoriously terrible at naming its teams, by the way. Just to complain about this for a second, because being from Houston, I've always been irritated by this. The Texans is a stupid name. I don't care if people hate me if I say that. The Texans is a stupid name. It is the default name that we didn't think of anything better. It's a dumb name that we should have come up with something more exciting than the flippin' Texans. But he was talking about New Orleans! But Kenny Rogers wasn't talking about Houston! We don't have legal... No, the Rockets are a great name. The Astros are actually a pretty good name. We did good with 2 names. And then we can't... What's so infuriating to me is we clearly have a theme going with our names. Both the Astros and the Rockets are great names for sports teams. And it's like, okay, so Houston has a general theme going with what we name our sports teams. So what are we going to call our football team? The Texans? Could have been called the Comets, the asteroids, the stars. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Colts is a good name, though. But Colts would just be a good name for any sports team, really. But the fact that, you guys have a history associated with it fits perfectly good. Texans is just such a literal, stupid name. I hate it so much. We did pretty good with basketball and baseball. We came up with 2 good names for that, and then we've never had a good name after that. Let's see. Yeah, the oil. Yeah, why didn't we just call ourselves the Oilers again? Why? Yeah, that to me bugged me more than anything. That bugged me a lot because it's like, why not just do Oilers? Why not just like restart that team? Titans. Sports teams in Houston. Let's see. Let's see all this. The Dynamos is our soccer team. That's a good name too. Houston Dash. That's not a bad name. I guess that's our women's team. Terrible name. Houston Texans. Hate it. Like the Astros. Like the Dynamo. I've been to several Dynamo games. Oh, those bastards. They're not using it. Just sell us the team name. We can restart it. Houston Rockets. Great name. Then we get to... Let's see. I didn't even... Does that still exist? Houston Energy. Okay, name. Boring name. We have an what? Wait, what? Now I'm just kind of curious. Yeah. Well, I don't get... They're not using that name anymore. Just sell it. It's dumb. We have the United States Australian Football League. No, this is making me curious. We have an Australian Football League here in Houston. That's wild. Oh, boo. Oh, ugh. The Lone Star Athletic. What's wild is that there's minor league cricket. Which you're like... The fact that there's a minor league cricket team, I know this for a fact, is so wild that there's enough cricket players here in the US that it constitutes a minor league team for Major League Cricket. Now, well, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that, King. I'm getting to that. Now, the reason for all of this is because cricket is now the second... The Indian... I believe it's the Indian Premier League, is now the second biggest sport league in the world. It's, let's see, Indian Premier League. I think, right? Yeah, it's the Indian Premier League. Yeah. Yeah, it's the second biggest sport. It's the second biggest sports league in the 11th richest. I've heard second richest. Oh, it's ranked. Oh, the IPL is the second richest sports league in the world per match value, after the National Football League. King, they are similar, and the reason they are similar is because they both come from the same game. They both evolved out of the same game. Because they are both. As somebody who has played, I have played both baseball and cricket before. They both are variations of this game. Rounders. Which is one of the older games. Yeah. Yeah, association. Yeah, ASOS. They're well, especially when you look at like how soccer or football was originally like. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes when you can't see them. Especially if you look at the original rules of how soccer was originally played in like the 1800s. Original rules football. You can see a very. I don't want to play the full thing. Because it turns out if you're curious, it turns out that the main difference between our version of football, yeah, it's a whole thing. It's the English really like doing rhyming words. Because it turns out the main difference between our game and their game is the invention of... So, okay. This video actually really explains it really quite well, but I don't want to play somebody else's video. Let me just show you. Let me just show you the scene. I'm not like half of Twitch, and I'm not like half of Twitch and just gonna play like somebody else's video and just be quiet for it, but so the big difference really is okay, so what the difference is the top bar right here. I know that seems weird, but it used to be in original rule soccer, it used to be any shot in between these two bars right here counted as a goal. And when you see that, when you think about that, that's the actual big difference. See, this is, yeah, he hasn't said it. Oh shit. I didn't even, when did people come on? I haven't seen... Oh, God. I haven't seen anybody. Hey, Ash. When did you guys come in? I get... It's like suddenly people on YouTube just showed up. Hey, Akeem. Well, hey, Ash. We're just talking about the difference between soccer and football. Oh, hey. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, people have... Hi! Hi, Ash! Okay, what was I saying? I just noticed... I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry! I guess I wasn't paying attention to YouTube because it was really quiet today. You know, we were talking over on Twitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How's every? Hey, Kimmel. How's it going? Okay, so no. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. Okay, this is how a goal is now. But this, you see this right here? This is how the original rules of soccer or association football, you were supposed to do it. See this right here? There wasn't supposed to be a net and there wasn't supposed to be a top bar. So you could just, if you hit it like that, that counted. And from that you can see where the development, where it changes. Original rule soccer is actually a little bit more like a gridiron football than we think it is. See, look. See, look, right here. Right here is how the actual goal is supposed to be done. How's it going? How's it going, you guys? I'm sorry I didn't see you. How's it going? See, it's this. There was no top bar. And if you could just simply get it in the area, it counted. So what happened? So, and you can see this is the divergence point. Because it was kind of confusing. They put a bar right here, so it made more sense. But Americans didn't do that. American football didn't do that. They built it up, and thus the different ideas about how to play the game developed. This is the real point of divergence. Oh, are you still doing school? You're not in summer yet? Anyways. Oh, when do you get Oh, how terrible! Mid-June? Oh, gross. What is this? And this is your last year of school, too. Well, are you excited for anything? Are you excited for the Backrooms movie? I know young people. I asked them about the Backrooms movie. I'm pretty cool. I've heard of it. We were just talking about sports and the way they developed. I was just kind of curious what teams we have. Here in Houston. Oh, fuck. That's such a cool name. What the hell? The Houston Doom? I am too. That was a women's football league team name? That is such a cool... Holy... Sorry, I'm now distracted. Look at this. Look at that. The Houston Doom. That's like one of the best team names I've ever heard. And that's a pretty cool logo. Tell me you guys wouldn't be into the Houston Doom. Ash, would you cheer for the Houston Doom? Let's see. Merchandise. What a shirt. Shirts, people. Look at that. Look at that logo. Look that is a very cool logo, right? Yeah. They're apparently a USPWFL, which is United States. Well, it's a women's football tackle league is basically what it is. That is cool. I want a shirt. Why can't I find a shirt? The number one piece of merchandise everybody wants is just a T-shirt. Why is this so difficult? Sorry, I got distracted. Anyways. That's pretty good. Anyways, I'm sorry that distracted me. Houston Doom sticker. Oh, okay. There we go. I'm getting this. I'm getting this shirt. That's anyways. Now I'm just distracted. So what are you guys excited for? Anything coming up that you're excited for? Coyote versus Acme. I'm excited for that. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that we're actually getting to see it. I didn't think that was going to come out. Like that seemed so touch and go that it was going to even come out, and I'm like surprised that we get to see it as a movie. Coyote versus Acme. Acme. Oh, that's bullshit. Sorry. Bull. I didn't curse. . Do you know it's based on a short story, right? Like, this is something that people don't seem to know. It was based... I made a video about it years ago. It was based on a short story somebody wrote where, like... It was the basic premise was that... yeah, there we go. This is the original one. Opening statement of Mr. Harold Schnoff, attorney for Mr. Coyote. My client, Mr. Wiley Coyote, a resident of Arizona and continuous states, does hereby bring suit for damages against the Acme Company, manufacturer and retail distributor of assorted merchandise, incorporated in Delaware and doing business in every state, district, and territory. Mr. Coyote seeks compensation for personal injuries, loss of business income, and mental suffering as a direct result of the actions and or gross negligence of said company under Title 15 of the United States Code, Chapter 47, Section 2072, Subsection A, relating to product liability. Mr. Coyote states that on 85 separate occasions he has purchased... Anyways, I'll let that go. Yeah. Let's see if I get a copyright claim for this.
Horribly injured by a product made by the Acme Corporation?
It's not your fault. There's probably someone to blame.
The name of the case is Coyote versus Acme.
Wiley Coyote.
He is reckless. We all know who's responsible. And all of
his injuries are self-inflicted.
You've been settling Acme cases for years.
I could probably get you $250 for that.
This is your opportunity to really show people what you're capable of.
These companies think they can do whatever they want. We're sick of it.
Acme, act you!
Nothing is here.
We really have nothing.
We both know it would be very unpleasant if anything bigger were to become public.
Right? Isn't that such a fun concept? I love the Looney Tunes. I'm going to do this, sorry. It's so strange that they just have an invisible person right here. What are you talking about? That could be anybody. That could be any that could be any rabbit with two long ears. You don't know it's Bugs Bunny, Ash. We have no proof that it is Bugs Bunny. Ash. Yeah. Did you ever see, yeah. My mom likes to tell a story. I was such a big fan of the Tasmanian Devil as a kid that I would just impersonate him all the time. And she says she brought her boss over one day, and I guess I just ran into the room, and I started going rah, 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 rah. And she was like, and and they didn't know what that was. Ash, oh, because as a kid I would do it all the time. I was a big fan when I was a kid. I really liked. There was Tasmania. I don't know if you've ever seen this. This was the
Welcome to a land that's way under, down under. The sky's always yellow in rain or shine.
Down to Tasmania, come to Tasmania.
When Topsy meets Tabby, they start to spin like a Tasmanian devil and his closest kin.
Down to Tasmania, come to Tasmania.
sorry.
Plays with a dog.
Down to Tasmania.
Jesus, fucking hell. Sorry, people who have sensitivity to flashing lights.
Bob and his mother gold mum constantly just wanna have fun. We'll get her an axe till our always left sore. If you have a deal, just come anymore. The platypus crawlers are backing about. The kiwi, the bushrats, and we left anyone out. Oh yeah, don't forget Taz.
He put the Taz in Tasmania, down to Tasmania, come to Tasmania.
Yeah, and I would do that. Did you ever read the DC did a whole series of crossovers with DC characters and Looney Tunes, and Taz crossed over with Wonder Woman. Ash, have you ever heard of one of my more favorite modern adaptations was the Looney Tunes show? I don't know if people... Oh, would you look at that? It's free on YouTube. No,
Who was the first president?
No, it's not. Or it was more of a modern sitcom. Anyways, yeah, what was I saying? Okay. Have I really been going for about 3 hours? Well, I can't believe I've been going for about 3 hours. Dang. Yes. Who would go more crazy? Eddie Brock, the first person to be assimilated by the symbiote in Marvel. Not the only person. Do you know who currently is the current? You know who the current host of Venom is? Guys, a million not real dollars. Do you, for a million not monies? Do you know who is? No, Mike. No. Okay. Just take a wild guess. Who would be the most wild guess you could have about who the current host of Venom is? Don't look it up. Okay. I'm gonna do a drum roll. Nope, it's Mary Jane. Mary Jane is the current host of Venom. Yes. Yeah, I like how in comics they successfully taken away all the interesting things about Mary Jane and just kind of made her another Peter. That's been fun. Yeah. Yes. Well, the first person that was infected by the symbiote was Peter. And then it was Eddie who was another reporter at the Daily Planet, and then this to somebody else for a minute. I forget who. And then Flash Thompson becomes the symbiote, where he becomes anti-Venom, and he's like a spy. That actually wasn't that bad. And now it's Mary Jane. Guys, are you sure that this? Yeah. Oh boy, man, I'm losing my energy here, guys. I don't know if I have the energy to keep going on. I think we're gonna call. I don't know. I read up to the twist and I got it so irritated. Screw it. I can go on for a little bit longer. I read up to the twist and I got so irritated that I just kind of said, screw this. How did Mary Jane become Venom? No, I don't got the energy. I'm sorry. I want to keep going, but I just don't. Sorry. I'm done for today. It was good talking to you. Have a good day. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.